do a global stock index analysis for the week ending of 6th of January. So the Christmas rally, or the much anticipated Christmas rally in 2022 didn't really happen, but the first week of the 2023 start off on a positive note. But if we look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, just watch out for this downward trending line. Okay, this is the downward trending resistance line. First thing is that we didn't see much of a volume. Okay, the volume isn't that great over here, so not a lot of bearish sentiment up there, despite uh, this green candlestick over here. So it may be kept by this falling resistance line over here. So watch out for this. Now in the next we look at the Nasdaq Composite Index. The Nasdaq Composite Index um, see see the same thing. Okay, not a whole lot of volume accompanying the positive close for the first week of 2023. We need to really see that it actually close above this the high uh, of the week of 16th of December in order to see more bullish momentum going forward. As for the S&P 500, a little bit more volume compared to the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq, but again, watch for this capping of the upward movement by the downward sloping resistance line over here. So for me, I would prefer to see that it actually closes above the 4097 points before calling it a bullish momentum. Now over in Europe, last year has been a pretty bad year for the European stock indices, but the first week closes pretty strongly. And again, do note that okay, although there's a break above the high, short-term high set by the closing of the 9th of December, but volume isn't that great despite this breakthrough. So so be very careful a bit about this. If anybody has long the CAC 40, then uh, put a stop loss below the 6470 points, okay, which is the low of the for the week of 6th January. FTSE 100 has the same performance over here. Okay, it actually closes above, okay, the support over at the 7671. Now be careful about this. Do set a stop loss over at the 67448. Now if it actually closes below this support line, the resistance has become a support line. In the case if it closes below it, then very likely there's a false breakout, and then we may see some very bearish sentiments if it does that. Over in Asia, Hang Seng did pretty well, got off to a very good start over here. Now it might be kept by this resistance line over here, but I would also be looking at since it actually has already been above the low of 19178, so there's a potential to set up for a reverse head and shoulder. As for the Shanghai Stock Exchange, okay, there's a gap up. Um, so if it does manage to close above the high of 3196 over here, set by the week of 16th of December, then we may see some pretty bullish momentum going forward, seeing that so far, okay, the rebound of the long-term support line has been the momentum has been pretty well maintained, especially when come 8 January there is the removal of the zero COVID policy as well as the opening of the borders. As for Nikkei, now Nikkei 225 more or less is about to complete the head and shoulder. Okay, so watch for a breakdown below this, right? Below the 25,754. Okay. So if it closes below this, then we are set for a very bearish 2023 for the Nikkei 225. Okay. In fact, with the struggling with the interest rate by the central bank, we may not be seeing a very good year for the Japanese stock indices. As for the Kospi 200, it's still above the long-term support line. In fact, it's doing pretty well over here, but do bear in mind that there's no major volume as seen by this. Uh, so there's a dwindling volume, so I don't really expect a lot of positive momentum going forward at this point in time until we see probably a breakout above the 323. Now, as for the STI, it is still kind of range bound, right? So it did make a new low over the last few weeks. Okay, on the week of for the week of 6th of January. Not a lot of movement at this point in time for the STI. Okay. And again, watch out for this the channel established over here. So if it breaks above or below, then we will be seeing a little bit more movement, okay, momentum. Okay, so that's it for the stock analysis, the stock indices analysis for the week of 6th of January.